Attention, California landlords. Got another new law for you, here to break it down. And this one has to do with rental application screening fees, something everyone charges. So please don't miss this information. I'm glad you're here. If you don't know this new law, you will easily set yourself up for some tenant smack you with a demand letter or some young attorney ready to just pick apart some new law and just make your life miserable for no reason. And I've been there, so that's why I'm here to help you avoid that. So buckle in and follow me here. So this little doozy is called AB 2493. If you want to charge a rental screening fee, a screening fee is like a credit fee. If someone applies for your property, usually you charge 30, 40, 50 bucks and covers the cost of the screening fee. To do that at all moving forward, you have to select one of two options. Oh, I love it when they give you two options. You know it's about to get juicy. You know someone's about to get took. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Option one, first come, first serve. Number one, you gotta process applications in the order they're received. Everyone does their rental screening a little differently. Everyone's like got their own unique idea of what a tenant should be like, and that's a really bad idea. You want objective criteria to help stay out of fair housing trouble and not get any violations or complaints of violations. That's a great thing about working with a professional property manager or at least a real estate agent or someone to help you lease a property. Kind of gives you an arm's length between you and the tenant and less chance for getting slapped with a fair housing violation because you discriminated against someone on a protected class. The second is you have to provide your written rental criteria at the time that they apply. And this is a big problem because a lot of mom and pop landlords out there, they don't write their rental screening criteria down. That's something like professional property managers do. But that's what it's saying in this case. You got to give them a copy of your screening criteria. Number three is you need to select the first qualified tenant. Back to my example, a lot of people kind of pick the best tenant. They get multiple applications to pick the best tenant. You can't do that under this option. And you might say, well, Steve, what's the other option? We'll get there, but this is the best option, trust me. Option one's always the best option when someone gives you two options. The fourth thing you need to do under this option is refund everyone who didn't get screened. So this is pretty straightforward. You shouldn't be keeping anyone's money who applied and you didn't screen. Come on, who's doing this? Just to recap, process in the order it was received, provide your rental screening criteria at the time they apply, select the first qualified tenant, and then refund everyone else you didn't screen. Then you can charge a rental screening fee, okay? All right, here's option two. I love option two because option two is for like, you can't get it together landlords like, hey, Steve, I'm not gonna follow any laws. I just need to do whatever I need to do. This is for you because it makes it a lot easier, but it's a little more costly. And here's how it works. You can charge a rental screening fee as long as you refund it to everybody, no matter the reason. So if someone applies and they have like a horrific credit report and you're like, I've never rented these people, you have to give them their rental screening fee back. And same thing if they have a bankruptcy or they were evicted or any other reason. And you can only charge it again if they end up getting approved for the house. I call this the Oprah option. It's like, you get a screening fee, you get a screening fee, you get a screening fee, everyone gets a screening fee. So in either case, you have 7 days after the tenant gets selected for the property or 30 days from the time they apply to make these refunds. The law also specifies that you can't charge a screening fee if you don't know a property is going to be available, or you should know that a property is not going to be available, if that makes sense. I don't get why they had to put this in here. Who's charging screening fees when they don't have properties coming available? That's just nasty. All right, there's one other big tripwire I want you to look out for. Careful, this is a landmine. The new law, AB 2493, also specifies you must give a copy of the consumer credit report to the applicant, whether they requested it or not. So what has always happened before is if someone requests like, hey, can I get a copy of the credit report? Sure, send it to them. Now, it's regardless of whether they ask for it or not. What's gonna happen is there's lots of tenant attorneys out there that love to just send people demand letters over dumb stuff like this. And they'll say, oh, you didn't give my client a copy of their credit report. And you say, well, he didn't ask for it. Oh, that's not the law. You don't have to ask for it. You must give it without it being asked. So our screening provider at Folio automatically gives everyone a copy of their credit report at the time of application. So check with yours. If yours does, great. If not, you'll want to make sure you do that manually. Housing providers, this is just another hoop to jump through. I'm a little nervous for you, but I'm here to try to keep you updated. If you know someone who owns a rental property and needs to know this information, please share this video with them. And if you got value, please hit it with a thumbs up. This law already went into effect January 1st. If you don't know, you're behind, but you know now, so you'll be good. Don't sweat it. Just make sure to follow these steps. And if you need help, download our rental screening PDF. It helps you kind of follow the steps and make sure you don't miss anything. So we'll put a link in that. Unfortunately, this isn't the only law that changed in 2025. Are you up to date on the new security deposit law? Well, I break down the top 3 things you need to know. So check out that video here. Steve Welty here to make owning rental property easy for you. Out.